When a beloved teenager from the Orlando area vanished from her home, the investigators tasked with finding her could have never imagined the twisted and shocking series of events that would eventually lead them to the most sickening of motives. On the April morning of Friday the 13th, 2018, just 3 weeks after her 16th birthday, Justice Marie Garrett awoke much later than usual and missed her school bus. Her mother, 37-year-old Danielle Pratt, who had her hands full with Justice's 5-year-old sister, asked her fiancé, 39-year-old Robert Bobby Kern, if he would drive Justice to school, and together they dropped the teen off at Mount Dora High, expecting her to get a ride home later on the bus. When Justice failed to return home that day, her mother assumed she was with one of her many friends and wasn't immediately concerned. However, by the next morning, when Danielle still hadn't heard from her daughter, she started to get a sickening feeling and hurriedly called the police to report Justice missing. Police initially questioned whether Justice had simply run away, if only for the weekend, as the teen had recently been forced to change schools as a result of her family moving to Sorrento just a few months prior. This sort of transition can be difficult for anyone, but especially for a straight-A high school student midway through their sophomore year. So police assumed this to be typical teen behavior, and the girl was likely spending the weekend with friends. Her friends, however, insisted Justice was responsible and exceedingly mature for her age, and her mother stated that she had no reason to run away. In fact, the more people the police spoke to about Justice, the clearer it became that something had to be seriously wrong, as everyone had only good things to say about the 16-year-old. Other friends assured the investigators that she wasn't depressed, she didn't take illicit substances, and she wouldn't just run away, even though her mom moved her around frequently. This last part was certainly true,